Yo, mic check, 1, 2. Coach JT in the building, what it do? 94 feet, that's the space we own. From baseline to baseline, make it known. Dribble the beat, pass the rhyme. Got that hardwood flow, transcended space and time. Swish, nothing but net. Word to Reggie Miller, these other podcasts, they just fill up.
We elevate, never hate. Dropping knowledge, seal your fate.
94 feet, that's the court, that's the pod. Talking hoops, ain't no facade. 94 feet, hit a bounce, hit a swish. It's that podcast, granting every wish. From the jump ball to the final buzzer. Analyzing plays like a lyrical.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of 94 Feet with Coach JT. As always, do me a favor, subscribe to the pod. Visit the website, 94feetwithcoachjt.com. I still got the dope hoodies up, got the merch up. Stay applying pressure, like I said. For y'all that don't know, apply to your daily life, how you work, how you move. Just always stay applying pressure. And again, I left a message on my day 8 or something of 365. Never give up. Never let them see you quit. Stay applying pressure. Live by that. Ride by that. You'll be all right. Man, shout out to Wiz Media. We're in here back in the studio, 2026. We back. All right. Let me get to this dope intro, and we're going to get going. Today, I'm joined by Elijah, also known as Eli in the Mix, the DJ, founder of More Nights Like This. If y'all know, y'all know. Y'all been to the R&B brunches. Y'all been to the functions across the street at Tiger. The young man has been all over the place making moves. The creative mind behind the unforgettable experiences and party goers for music lovers and R&B lovers too, though, right? You get the best of both worlds, and the boy knows how to throw the hits. If you've been to any of the functions, man, he throws the slaps. Over 200,000 followers and sounds that move culture and tap ins with vibes and people for all races, sizes, and colors, man. The guy plays music that's good for your soul, and his functions be jumping.
Appreciate you, sir,
Eli,
dog.
appreciate you, my
Yes,
guy.
sir, yes, sir, yes,
How you
sir.
been, man? It's been a long time trying to get in here.
Man, I know it, bro. But, I appreciate you for staying consistent,
Hey,
I
was talking to him about it. I said, you know what, though? But you just got to stay with it.
Yeah.
I said, because people were, like you said, people are doing stuff.
Yeah.
We're moving. Everybody's life is moving. But also, we're trying to evolve businesses.
Absolutely.
Or bring life and feelings to others.
Absolutely.
You just got here because you was dropping off doing music to people who requested, man. Before we get to the music stuff, too, though, man, we got to just go. Let's take this people who don't know the DJ or Elijah personally, right? Let them know about just where you're from, who you are, what it was like growing up, man. Look at that backstory.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. Once again, I appreciate you letting me be here. But quick backstory, I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from East Palo Alto, California.
Okay.
I was born there. I was raised there until I was about 10, 11 years old. Then I moved up to Sacramento, a lot of back and forth. I have that story, right, of mom on drugs and, dad. My dad was around, but he was trying to survive. You feel me? He's from South Philly. He came out here because he was escaping some stuff back there.
Okay.
So he came out here, and he was just trying to survive.
Yeah.
He was a hard-working man, still is a hard-working man. But I lived with a lot of different people throughout my life. My godparents helped raise me.
Shout out to the godparents.
Yeah, shout out
They
to the
amazing
godparents,
people.
man. Shout out to the godparents.
Yeah.
They stepped in when I needed somebody to step in.
Dope.
And that's kind of my backstory. But as far as the DJing goes, I was a musician, a dancer first. I started dancing when I was like, I don't know, first grade, second grade.
Yeah.
I was doing talent shows, performing songs I shouldn't have been performing.
We all did. that. I was an H-Town fan back then. We were doing H-Town song. We shouldn't have been singing it, but it was just popping, right? That was popping.
Hey, man, second grade. It was either first or second grade. I did You Got It Bad by Usher.
Okay.
And I was on the floor talking about humped around. And
Second grade. What the heck was you? Nah. But
I was tripping. No, I was
Right.
tripping.
Yeah.
But yeah, so started off as a dancer, musician, started playing drums in my church when I was about 11 years old.
nice.
And then I started being an artist, started recording music. My
I
first
did
song.
see that a little bit. I
Yeah.
saw you did some music before. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Again, but that usually happens. Talk about music, like I said. Again, shout out to the Wiz Media family. Sean, her bro. We had grew up in church. We playing drums together, music growing up. But that's the foundation of a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, no, I'm
playing some type of musical instruments early on, or getting that ear for it, right?
Yeah.
Or it does something to you. So
Yeah.
that's definitely fire. I'm not meaning to cut you off, but
Nah, you
where did
okay.
that early access to music come from? Did somebody do show? You just was like, because some people, kids I know, you just jump in there.
Yeah.
Or somebody kind of put you on.
Yeah, so for me, my godbrother played drums at the church.
Okay.
And I was just always infatuated and fascinated. And my godparents had a drum set in their basement.
Tearing them up.
And tearing them up, man. I couldn't believe they would allow me to be in that
okay.
basement just tearing up them drums. And they had a radio there that sat on a table where my godfather would do some work. And I would just turn on the radio and whatever was on, and I would just try to play it. And one of the songs that I used to always love playing, because it was always on the radio, was Tearing Up My Heart. It's tearing up my heart.
Yeah.
And so when that
though.
song came on, I like, and the funny thing is I could never even sit down and reach the pedals. So I stand up
But still,
and just still playing the drums. So, but it kind of came on early on for that as far as drums go. But back to my father, him being from South Philly, I grew up on the Philly sound. And for the longest time, being a kid, I thought the Philly sound was music. I thought that was current music because that's all I ever heard in the house. I mean, you're talking about, the Delfonics and the Stylistics and Blue Magic, like all those groups that was in that era, Motown, in that Philly sound. And that's all my dad listened to, man. And so when I was in first, second grade, my favorite song is Sideshow by Blue Magic, and I'm thinking like telling people, you know that song? They like, what you talking about?
West Coast, you way out here.
You feel me? And my dad, huge Biggie fan, huge Jay-Z fan. Me and Jay-Z had the same birthday, so he was, he was so ecstatic about that. Every time he called me, happy birthday, son. It's you and the Jigga Man birthday,
Never forget it. Never forget it, Pops.
Never forget it, you feel me? So he really introduced me to that. And then back to my godparents, their kids were all older. And so they were all in high school and college. And so they listened to Fugees and Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You was well-rounded at an early age.
Early age, man. I was around it at an early age, and I would just digest it, and that's why I got an old soul now. And a lot of people are like, man, how you know this song? It's like, bro, I've been listening to this music since I was 6 years old, man.
It makes sense now because the R&B mixes that you put together, all for the 80s babies.
Yeah, facts.
It's for the 80s babies a little bit younger. They go hard. Like, I need that one. I'm like, yeah. So you were in tune with it, man. That's definitely fire.
Yeah.
Through school, man, what was it like being such a music? Did you do stuff outside, like, when did you start putting music stuff together, like for yourself on the, contemplate, like, I want to move people outside of myself? Yeah,
man. So through high school, I was always known as somebody that danced. I was always dancing at lunch. Performer, doing Crank the Soulja Boy and all that.
Yeah.
I was actually on Good Day Sacramento in 8th grade doing Crank That.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. Marcus Allen, his daughter went to our school. And he had came there during lunch, and I'm on the stage just hitting the Soulja Boy. He said, hey, you and your friend want to come on the show and teach me how to do it? I said,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Of course.
You feel me? So, but, it was really, I want to say, end of 8th grade year, freshman year, where I really decided, like, I wanna do some music. And my brother sings, raps. My other brothers do. My sister can sing. My mom.
So you was really y'all. It's house.
Yeah. Jackson 5. It's 6 of us, so Jackson 6.
Yeah.
But So I started doing music then in freshman year. And then I found one of my best friends still today. He goes by Mag Hitter, because he make hits.
Yeah.
So I found him. He had a studio set up in his garage. We would go there, just record music.
Nice.
And I would be in there for hours, man. Like, his mom would have to come in the garage, be like, hey, you have to eat. You got to drink some water. And I would be going through all his beats. He used to get so mad at me, like, bro, stop going through my beats. You're recording everything. But, like, I was just consumed by it.
Right.
And that was kind of my journey through high school. And
you put them hours in. As I said, right, to master or to accomplish something, you got to put at least 10,000 hours in. You was putting it in early, had no idea now how it would shift or turn your... What about just the craft of putting that stuff together, man? Did you have end goal then, or did you just know this just made me feel good? It's like something I want to express some things.
It made me feel good. It made me express some things. To be honest, it gave me validation because the way I grew up and the things that I went through in my life, I've been through hell and back and back through hell again. And I never really felt validated in anything else I did. Never felt like I was good enough. I was talented. I was athletic. I could play this. I can do that. But it never felt like my thing. And so when music came and people were like, hey, you're really good at this. Oh, you can play drums. Oh, you can dance. Oh, you can sing. Oh, you can do this. It made me feel good. And as a young child that didn't really feel that validation from his mother or his father, and I would have to live with family members and different people from the church and the school, and they have children, right? So I don't have that attention, that focus. And so what's one thing that I can do where it's like, hey, look at me, I'm good at this. And a lot of people probably wouldn't admit that, but I know now, right, Probably
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
realize it back then, but I know now that I was doing it because I wanted people to applaud
That-
me. You know,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, even right now, we're adults, bro.
Yeah.
But and it makes sense in anything we do. It's we, especially as men, bro. Let's
Yeah.
keep it real. To be recognized for something, work you put in, or something you accomplish, is a great feeling.
Yeah.
I know as men
Absolutely.
we're supposed to give it off to whoever else or to the ladies of the world, but it's
Yeah.
like as a guy, it's like for somebody to acknowledge what you've
Yeah.
done or say, you know what, hey man,
Yeah.
you killed that.
Yeah.
Or keep that. I need that work from you. You know, so like cool,
Yeah.
and so that's understandable too.
Yeah.
So, but also, how would you say as far as like, again, a lot of people show success stories,
Yeah.
right? We got it. But also, you talked about mentioned some stuff that's what was one of the struggles you would say back then in that transition phase, or that you had? Because I know if it was easy to get right into it, or was there some moments where like, no man, I'm struggling at this, or my music is whack.
Yeah. Yeah, so you definitely had that phase, and I feel like I had a false reality right off the bat, right? Because the first song I ever recorded,
Okay.
did it in one take. It was fire, right? People were like, "Oh my gosh," you know. So every time I went to the studio, I thought I had to do it in one take. I thought I had to do this stuff, but I definitely went through a transitional period. And I won't say that my music was whack.
Yeah.
I listened back on some stuff. I'm like, oh man, like I had the right idea.
Okay.
I just didn't really know how to put it together, and I was very influenced by whatever I was listening to. So Drake was obviously coming
Right.
out at that time, 2007, 2008.
Right.
He had, I think it was Comeback Season or whatever it was, and he was doing on that yeah.
Yeah. The
All my
ad-libs.
songs was yeah, you
ad-libs,
know.
yeah.
And he started making it cool to talk about women and like, you know, I want to be with you, I love you, you broke my
Right.
heart. And so I'm like, okay, well shoot, I'm gonna start writing like this. But
you.
I definitely went through a process to where I had to find myself, I had to find my own sound. And once again, growing up on the music that I grew up on, I only listened to lyricists, like I said, Biggie, Jay-Z, Common, Talib Kweli, Black Thought, all that stuff. I grew up listening to that, so I knew Tupac, you know, storytelling. And I always wanted to tell a story. In elementary school, it's funny, I used to write stories, and I made like a comic book strip called Saucy Man. Don't know why I called him Saucy Man. But I wrote this comic book strip, and there was sharing time every time. Who wants to read their stories? And everybody would defer so I can share my story. They're like, we want Elijah. We want to hear the Saucy Man comics.
Must have been dope then.
Hey, man, I guess so.
That's fire.
And I would always read. I was always the one in class, like, popcorn meat, you know? So I love telling stories. And when I found a way, like, oh, I can tell my story through music,
Yep.
like, and that's when everything shifted, and that's when things got better. And so yeah, that was kind of the journey
That's dope.
from rapper.
What's up?
Yeah.
What point do we get to the point now, performer and rapper, but also now I want to play music for those who want to feel the vibe, or that's the validation, because you know if the DJ whack, they gonna let you know.
Yeah, up
if the
top.
DJ popping, they like requesting songs, or
Yeah.
the dance floor is always cracking. But
Yeah.
at what point do we shift? Did it start in high school, at a high school dance, or where did it start? To, you know what? Let me get behind the music right now.
Man, it's funny. It happened by accident almost. So my cousin, shout out Shawnee Sean, my blood cousin, he came up to Sacramento to live with me for a while. We got an apartment together. I was working in property management, and he would do a lot of events at Hookaholics or wherever he was. And he was popping at this time. I mean, he fresh off a tour with SOB, RBE.
Okay.
He was with a Cap G, and he did stuff with any other artist you could really think of, especially Bay Area. He was on tour with him. And so I'm looking at him like, bro, this is dope. But I would go to his parties, and I'm like, how you sit up there and just play music for all these hours, bro? Like you should be dancing down here. Like
Oh, okay, got
I never got it. Like I never was infatuated by it. I
Right.
never thought it was like a job I wanted.
Right.
And so, long story short, years later, I'm doing music and everything. And to be honest, man, I'm kind of getting drained and getting weary and well doing with the music. I'm like, bro, I just feel like it's the same thing, especially because I'm doing it in the Christian hip hop space, right? So it's a very small
Limited.
market, very limited. And shout out to all the CHH artists, man, because they killing it. Music is dope, and I think people are realizing now
You can
how
still-
fire it is, you know. But for me personally, I was like, man, I'm just tired of it, bro. And to be honest, like I never really wanted to do that long term. So, anyways, I have a friend, Justin, DJ Justified. He was doing a lot of proms, a lot of weddings and things. And I used to always see him on his stories. I'm like, man, this kind of looks kind of cool. And it's funny because it's years later after me and my cousin, right? But I was like, this is kind of cool. So I reached out to him like, hey, man, if you ever need help setting up, breaking down, because I see him most of the time he was by himself. I said, hey, like, I'll let him come out and help you. And maybe you can, show me some DJ stuff. So went out there and I would help him, and I didn't even know what an XLR cable is. Like this right here, like I didn't even know what that was. He's like, yeah, man, take the XLR cable and put it. I'm like, can you show me what that is? Like I had no idea, bro. And so he's teaching me everything from scratch, and he was so patient and like he was understanding, and I just couldn't believe
Real
it, bro.
apprenticeship.
Bro, for real. And so what happened was he'd be like, hey, can you announce the bridal party entrance? Because he wasn't really comfortable on the mic. But me, as a rapper, MC, I can speak. Once again, always sharing stories at church. I did the announcements, all that stuff, right? So I'm like, yeah, I got you. So come on, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. You know, like I'm good on
Turn
the
'em
mic.
up.
He like, hey, bro, he's like, man, you're really good on the mic. I'm like, thank you. And sometimes he's like, hey, so do this and then hit this button. And I'm like, all right, I got you, right? I got you. So I would do it. And then he told me one day, he's like, bro, I think you'll make a really good DJ. And he was just basing it off my MC skills.
Yeah.
He said,
Crowd
I think
control.
you'll be a really good DJ. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like,
Yep.
I know I said I'm interested, but I don't know. And he's like, nah, bro, you should do it. He said, look, buy this DJ controller. It's a DDJ SB3. It was like a $200 controller. I bought it, and I went home after work. Once again, I'm working in property management. I lived on property, and I seen it and got delivered. And I was thinking about that controller all day. I'm like, all right, we're going to go see. So went home, unboxed it, downloaded maybe 10, 15 songs, and I sent him a video within the first hour. And he's like, bro, how are you already like transitioning
But
songs?
it wasn't playing.
Like, I'm like, I don't know, right? But as a drummer, what people don't realize,
Gotta
people
pick up
always
the beats.
beats, man, and
Yeah.
people like, I know bars as a rapper, I know how to count bars,
Yep.
and I know timing. And the way that I hear transitions in my head is the way I would hear feels when
You're
I'm playing
playing it,
drums.
for sure.
You know, and so you can hear it
Go
before it even gets there.
You can
And-
anticipate it.
Yeah, yeah, anticipate it. You feel me? And so that definitely transferred over
Fire.
into DJing. And so real quick, my timing and my transitions were just there. And so I was like, you know, sharing videos with family members and friends, and I'm just making little videos, and I'm like, I'm not about to post anything because I don't want nobody to know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I want to put those 10,000 hours in. Like when I post my first video,
You should want to hit.
I wanted to hit, man,
Right.
and long story short, I did it. One of my first mixes was a Bay Area mix. I used Mac Dre and some other songs, and Mac Dre's mom sees it, and she reposts it. I'm like, whoa. Like, and that moment right there
Went
said,
crazy. Validation you need probably.
yeah.
'Cause that's
yeah.
major.
Yeah, no facts, bro. And for my first DJ video, I'm like, okay, maybe it's something here. And I just started putting out videos every day, man. That's 2022. We in 2026 now. And, man, so now it's been, 4 years,
Yeah.
you feel me, that I've been really consistently putting out DJ videos. And if you don't believe me, you can go
No,
check out my Instagram.
It's validated. Cause I even went back. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, bro, been at this for a minute.
Yeah.
But people been vibing and feeling it for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
Like they've been vibing, requesting. Even I hit you last, I don't know, a year ago about the Chris Brown mix that was out. That something fell off. I was like, that was
Yeah.
the one. That was the one. Breezy. And I was like, so to get that validation from him, I mean his mom, though, just in general, because that's major though.
Yeah.
To get the repost.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're honoring her son, but
Yeah.
also she's like, if it wasn't worth it, she wouldn't have reposted it.
Facts.
What was that like internally though for you?
Man, for me being front and back, growing up on that music,
That's home.
right? Like you said, that's home. It was so dope to me because I didn't even know the reach that TikTok or Instagram had, right? I thought you had to already be an influencer or famous to people even want to see. So when it went crazy, in my mind, and this might sound like cat, but for real, bro, like I've never been a numbers person, meaning like, oh, I need this many millions of views to feel like I did well.
Right.
I thought getting 100, right? Because what people don't understand for me is as an artist, when I would go check my numbers on my songs, oh, I got 1,000 plays. Like, I'm juiced. Oh, I got 50 plays. I'm
Great.
juiced. And so it's the same thing when I started putting out content.
Okay.
It was like, hey, man, I got 100 views on this, man. Like, I must be doing something good, right?
Now that boy getting a millie.
Yeah,
boy
you
getting a
know?
millie.
And so, like, I thought it was dope. So when she seen it, I was like, oh, man, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I done made it. I done made it. Everybody gonna see this now, you know?
dope,
So,
man.
yeah.
At what point do you then go into the business fully of it? Outside of that, when do you dive in and say, okay, I'm going to do this to
Yeah.
the point where now, because again, now you got to invest in the business. When does that happen for you?
So that happens for me. This happened at the end of 2022. So that first year of me starting really coming out as a DJ just took off from me.
Okay.
Because of all the TikTok videos, and then that's
Right.
when
Music, dance, everybody.
yeah,
do it. Okay.
yeah, right. And that's when DJ Oasis, shout out Oasis and Nico and all them. I guess people had sent them my videos, said, "Hey man, you might need to tap in with this kid." And they were like, "Hey bro, you want to come DJ at Dive Bar?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I did that, and I was like, okay, like I think I can do this. And that was only my second gig. I did a private birthday party, and my boy J-Day, Josh Davis, he was
Josh
like,
Davis.
yeah,
Shout out to
bro.
Josh, man.
Shout
That's
out
the young
J-Day.
homie,
Yeah,
man.
shout out J-Day.
That's
You
the
feel
dog.
me?
That's the young homie.
He was like, I got a gig for you, bro. And I'm like, I'm not ready. And he's like, look.
Because Josh was throwing little functions.
Yeah, he was throwing functions, man. And I think this is a party he was just attending.
Okay.
But he was like, look, like, do you want to DJ or do you not want to DJ? And I was like,
He threw you the lob. He threw you the lob.
I said, all right, man, I'll DJ. I didn't even have the right stuff, but I went. I probably had about 50, 60 songs on my laptop, but I killed it. And that's when I knew, okay, I'm good at this. Then the dive bar thing came. But long story short, once I started making more money than I was at my job, I said,
there you go.
all right, this could be something. And I was already having a hard time at work. The company I was with, we weren't seeing eye to eye, and I was already looking to leave.
That was your way to go out of it. All right.
That was my way to go. And this DJ thing threw me an alley-oop, threw me an out. And I said, you know what? I got enough money saved up to last me to pay rent for at least 3 months.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go hard for 3 months and see what happens.
Change your life.
And that 3 months turned into, 3 years, 4 years, man. And so still doing this full time. And ain't easy. You feel me? At all.
Yeah.
And I think people see like the views and things now, and they think like, oh man, Instagram must be paying you. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I wish, but that's not where I'm at.
Hours they don't see though.
Yeah.
And I think last year I saw you posting how you gotta pack up stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta move stuff. And think about it, you was helping somebody now. Now nobody helping you, but it's like you gotta move your own equipment. That's a lot to do, right? But also to get the results to the people, right?
Yeah.
How does the internal actually give me the biggest bomb you might have had though at a party? What was that feeling like? You know, you play a song or not, this one finna hit and it don't hit. What's that feeling like?
Hey, that feeling is crazy because sometimes you can just be in your own world, but I feel like I can read a room very well.
I was gonna speak about that too because I hope DJs do that.
Yeah.
You gotta look at what's going on.
You got to,
Instead
man.
of being so much on like, I'm playing my stuff.
Yeah, nah, bro. And I don't knock any DJ, right, that feel like, hey, I want to put on, some DJs like, hey, you book me, then this is my sound, my set, like you're booking me. Right, and then some other, and I get it to an extent, but then there's also like, hey, you're being booked at a
atmosphere, right?
Yeah, atmosphere. Like it's about that. This is an R&B event. This is reggaeton. This is whatever. Like you can't come in here just playing whatever. Like do your thing, put your spin on it. But
I'm paying you for the service
I'm paying you for the service of this,
like that,
and so everybody has a different view on that. Me personally, you book me for an R&B event, I'm gonna play R&B. You book me for a club event and it's open format, I'm gonna play open format.
Okay.
Like you
so
feel
it's like
me?
a format setting style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Format settings. You book me for an Afrobeats event. If you say, hey, it's strictly Afrobeats, I'm playing strictly Afrobeats.
Understand.
You know. So that's just how I work. But my biggest bomb, and I don't even know if it was a song. It was more of a moment.
Okay.
Where I was DJing, and I used to DJ with both ears like on my headphones on, and I felt comfortable doing that. And I was going in. And people were dancing, and I don't know what I did.
What'd you play?
But I think I had the cue button set to where I can just hear the music, and I'm just going crazy. I'm like, yeah. And people like looking at me like, and I'm just like, oh, they're not feeling the song. And they're like, we can't hear.
You was vibing, but they was like.
I was vibing. I'm like.
Nobody's like.
People were just, I'm like, okay. And then like I go to another song, I'm just
going. You kept going.
Oh, yeah. And people were like looking, I'm like, some girl goes, hey, we can't hear the music. I said, oh.
You was vibing now.
Yeah, bro. I was vibing. So that's probably my biggest bomb, I guess, or biggest embarrassment.
You gotta learn.
Yeah, you gotta learn stuff like that, bro. I was a new DJ, you feel me? So I didn't know. I didn't know. So
good.
But yeah, I would say that one.
On the flip side, man, I've been enough of your events. Even when I first popped up a couple, I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, what are you doing, man? Like I said, I know more now about the backstory. That's why your ear is like that. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you know how to read. And, of course, as a gentleman in the club, I don't want to see a bunch of dudes dancing.
Facts.
If the ladies dancing, I'm there.
Yeah, no,
I don't care.
I'm top.
So if the DJ know how to keep the ladies on the dance floor, he win in my book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've seen just from old school cuts to R&B, but in that moment too, you have that vibe. A lot of certain DJs I know have that vibe to where you enjoying yourself, but you also know when it's time to play this song for the like, or what they want to hear, or how to again transition. I'm like, yeah, he tapped in, man. What's it like just to be able to control the crowd like that?
Man, it's definitely, I feel like a talent for sure, because you could easily burn yourself out. And I've been around people, and I've done it myself, to where the moment is high, and they're excited, the room is going crazy, and they don't really know how to control the vibe, and they might just bang songs out. Okay, hit anthem after anthem after anthem after anthem, and that's dope. It keeps the dance floor full, and it's a great moment. But if you got to play a 3-4 hour set,
you got a long night.
You got a long night, you know, like you got a long night. And for me personally, like that's where you have to do your job as a DJ. Your library has to be expansive.
Extensive. Yes, sir.
Yes, like you have to have a lot of music, because I'll do a gig, right? I'll do my brunch, and you might hear a song that you expect to hear towards the end, and it's like, okay, well, we gonna see what you're gonna do. It's like, oh, like I got a bag, like don't worry, like. And the thing is too, like I don't plan my sets, bro. I go in there, and I think that's a talent in itself as well, bro. It's a skill set for sure, because there's people that have to do sets, and sometimes I do sets depending on what I'm doing. It just depends. But 99% of the time, I'm not. I go in and I go off the feeling. I'm reading the room. I'm reading the energy in the room, and sometimes when you do that, you have to be willing to take a risk. Sometimes take a nosedive, sometimes bomb, because you're trying to find the right vibe. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So, for instance, if I'm going to playing at a dive bar, and somebody's playing, let's say, Faith Evans' Be Faithful, you know, Fat Man Scoop remix, and I'm not gonna come in right after that with just something that's totally different. Like, I'm not going to switch up the vibe.
You got to ease them into the next one.
Yeah, you got to ease them in. So I'm going to pick up off your vibe. And that's why, too, bro, being an opener or closer or whatever, man, is so important. But especially an opener, I feel like as a DJ, I love opening, by the way. I love to open. I love to get it started, man. I love to create the vibe that the next DJ to come into, and he can just put the icing on the cake, you feel me? But yeah, bro, it's controlling the room, bro. Like I said, it's a skill set, and it's nothing that I really practice. The way I DJ is like, what makes me dance in my room? Like, what makes me, you feel me? Like, what makes me like what songs, if I was out, like, what do I want to hear? Because I was a consumer way before you know, before I started DJing, and I remember the feeling of going out like, man, it'd been dope if I would have heard this, or oh, you should have went there with this, and this I'm thinking in my head, not even being a DJ, you feel me? So I kind of just try to keep that mindset, and
that's what's up, man. Let's talk about the shirt you got on, man.
Oh yeah.
It was a big movement, man, last couple of years, man. When they hit the scene a couple of years ago, man, it was like, you know, R&B, this other states had it going on, day parties going on, but then it was like, hey, I'm doing this R&B thing. Yeah. What brought that about, man, and how did it feel to take that off, man? Because that thing just skyrocketed, bro. Yeah. So the short story was, I was going out, I was a new DJ, and I don't know if you guys know this, but it used to be Sundays, everybody go to brunch at Iron Horse. Yeah. And, you know, you had the bottomless mimosas. Right. And then it's like, hey, what's the next move after this? You feel me? We going to Cornerstone, we going to Cantina Alley, or whatever it is. You feel me? Like, what's the move? And so there was moves for sure, but there was not really a space to where you could go eat, you know, and stay for a vibe. And so I was at Iron Horse one day. I'm talking to my boy Marcus, and it literally happened just like this. I'm sitting outside sipping on mimosa, and they're playing music, and it's like a lot of country music and stuff like that, you know, on the speakers, which is fine. And I'm like, dang, bro, I'm looking at everybody that I go out with. They was hanging out there.
Yeah, everybody's hanging out. You feel me? Yeah. And everybody out there chilling. You see everybody, that's everybody. You feel me? And I'm like, bro, if they would have a DJ out here and like curate a
especially
special
in spring and summertime down there, it'd be so nice out there.
Bro, on our street, bro, it'd be fire, man. Like, people would stay. Yeah. And they would make a lot of money. So the idea sparked. And I'm like, I'm gonna start a brunch. And really the whole goal was for me to go start a brunch so I can DJ the music that I wanted to DJ. Because like, I'm good at open format, I can do it, but my heart and soul is R&B. And so I'm like, I want to just start something to where I'm going to play R&B music or whatever the case is. And it's not saying I started R&B brunch. You know, you got to say that because people, I did not start it. It's a thing that started, you know, I think in the South actually, but post-COVID.
We just moved.
Yeah, you feel me?
People trying to get back outside.
Yeah, post-COVID, people trying to get back outside. And from, at least as a consumer, you feel me? I didn't see a space to where, you feel me? Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you right now.
Yeah,
it wasn't happening, bro. It wasn't happening, though.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm going to just create this vibe.
Yeah.
And I did it. I had no idea. The first like 3 was free, right? Because I'm like, anybody gonna show up? Nobody know me.
Then the
Nobody
lines got around the
care.
corner on you.
Bro, the first 3, the line was around the corner.
Yeah.
The restaurant was like, yo, what's
many
going
people.
on? And I thought it was a fluke. Okay, let's run another one. Probably a fluke.
Shit, right.
Did it again. I think we ran 3 free events. I said, hey, we got to start charging something because we just getting everybody in this mug. You feel me? Like,
That too.
And we can't keep them out. You feel me? And so I was like, all right, let's charge. And we started charging. I think it was like $10 or maybe even less. And people still came, and it was selling out. I mean, in seconds.
Yep.
I mean, seconds.
Always
People
hit.
were waiting.
We've added more of this. We've added more of that. No, I was coming through. I was like,
Yeah.
we got something popping over
Yeah,
here.
bro. And I just couldn't believe it because I'm like, dang, there's a need for this, man. And
Create that
we've all heard this
environment.
in business. You
Create that
find,
want.
yeah, man, like it's supply and demand. You find a need and you solve that need, and you'll never go broke.
Right,
and,
right.
That's kind of how I approach this. Like, oh, okay, people want it. I'll just keep doing it.
Right.
And money was never the motivating factor. It was
That's right. That's a good
always,
thing.
it was always about just creating a vibe. And I think people see that. And it's not for everybody, you know.
Facts.
It's subjective. Some people might come and think I'm the worst DJ. Some people think I'm one of the best, and I leave that up to them. That's not for me to decide. But I just understand that, hey, if they want it, I'm gonna just keep supplying it for you. You feel me? Like, and I think The Rock said this. He said, if you become really good at something, the money will follow.
Facts.
And that's for me. It's just like, bro, I just want to master something, be good at something. I'm not worried about the money. You can work with any promoter, DJ I work with, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Hey, y'all want to split 50-50? Let's split 50-50. I don't care, man. I just want to
create that
create an
vibe.
experience
Yeah.
and a vibe.
One of
So,
my
yeah.
the homies, man, Rodney Farrell, good guy, man. He always like a little triangle. He puts the humans on top, right? You put the humans on top. Then the system or the service or whatever you're doing, the product, you know what I mean, like that product, then that will lead to the money. You know what I mean? He's like, don't go chase the bread first because this won't work out, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you had the people, it's
Yeah.
the vibe, the top, man. So
Yeah.
that's why you're being successful, man. Couple quick things before we get out of
Yeah.
here, though. You got to tell everybody, if they don't know, and I'm sure they already tapped into your event, locked
Yeah.
in, but again, tell them where they can find your socials,
Yeah.
all stuff like that, man, because again, the vibes are dope, whether you want a private party, you
Yeah.
want a big party, you just want to come
Absolutely.
out, hang out, and chill and do something. Let them know where they can find you at all the information, bro.
Absolutely, man. I'm on Instagram, Elijah Jaron. It's my first and middle name, or you can type in Eli in the mix. I'm sure I'll pop up on there. Also, you can book me. My website, it's booking. Well, my email is booking@eliinthemix.com. You can go to eliinthemix.com to book me, and I do private events. I do a lot more weddings than I do anything else. So I love weddings. I love curating that vibe and setting people's special day up. But yeah, man, that's where you can find me. I got some dope stuff coming up. My business Instagram is More Nights Like This, spelled NITES, like this. I got some dope stuff I'm working on for the year 2026. I told myself I'm gonna go in,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hard, and I'm gonna see, you know, what sets up the next 5 years for me. So
That's what's up.
yeah, man, that's where you can find me.
Congratulations on that, man.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Before we go, man, you're a sports guy.
Yeah.
Even a basketball junkie too, though. So you know
Yeah.
in basketball, right? You can dribble, pass, or shoot the ball, triple threat. But for me, I want you to give your fans, people watching, people don't know the DJ or you personally, what is your personal triple threat, right? If they see you either coming to a building doing an event or if they book you, what are the 3 things, though, you can say, this is who I am, this is how I move, this is how I rock, this is how the DJ moves or myself personally. Give me your personal triple threat right now.
Yeah, my personal triple threat, I would say, one, that when you see me walk into a building, you're dealing with someone that's professional. I'm professional. And 2, like, I'm a I'm a great MC, like, I guess, you feel me? Like, I'm good at keeping the vibe going. And then as far as this DJ going, you feel me? Like, just transitions, man. I pride myself on transitioning music. I'm still learning. I'm not the best DJ. I'll never take that. You feel me? Like, I got a lot more to learn. But I love transitioning songs, man. So if you see me out and it's like, hey, man, we know we're going to get this vibe with Eli. You're going to get somebody professional. I'm going to rock the mic, and I'm going to transition some songs for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And if y'all don't know, the numbers don't lie, but listen for yourself as well, though. If you like that 80s, 90s music, 2000s, my man got stuff out there for everybody, really. And it's just fire, though, man. It's a good vibe. You know, that Saturday morning cleaning music or whatever, dancing, he got that. It's there available, ready for you, too. So definitely about that. But I definitely got to take care of you real quick, like I said.
Appreciate you,
I got to
dog.
bring the merch, man, for
Yes,
the
sir.
guests.
Yes,
But also,
sir.
like I said, no matter what you're doing, we stay applying pressure,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. Definitely can run some custom for the
Appreciate
brand, whatever
it.
you need to. We can collab on it, something
Yes,
like
sir.
that.
Yes,
Put
sir.
the logo on there too, man. But again, shout out to Woods Media. First
Shout out.
recorded, man, 2026. Like I said, we applying pressure here. We not stopping, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. Best of
Appreciate
luck.
you.
Man, you heard it first. Live with Eli in the mix, who was media doing the business behind the scenes. 94 feet with Coach JT. We out.
We out.
Peace.
Yo, mic check 1 2. Coach JT in the building, what it do? 94 feet, that's the space we own. From baseline to baseline, make it known. Dribble the beat, pass the rhyme. Got that hardwood flow, transcended space and time. Swish, nothing but net. Word to Reggie Miller, these other podcasts, they just fill up.
We elevate, never hate. Dropping knowledge, seal your fate.
94 feet, that's the court, that's the pod. Talking hoops, ain't no facade. 94 feet, hit a bounce, hit a swish. It's that podcast, granting every wish. From the jump ball to the final buzzer. Analyzing plays like a lyrical